thumbnails don't get you views, at least not by themselves.
The thumbnail is irrelevant. I have to like visually convince you to click on the video. By the first 5 seconds is like goes with the thumbnail.
Because it's possible that people open YouTube and
They don't see it.
Your thumbnail might be able to grab attention, but can it hold it? As there is much more to getting the click you deserve. And in this video, I am not only going to show you the importance of the first 5 seconds, but I am also going to give you actionable steps to not only increase your click-through rate, but also increase your retention rate. But before we get into the 3 actionable steps you can take to level up your YouTube videos, let us first understand the viewer's journey to your video. So a viewer hops onto YouTube and starts scrolling, thumbnail after thumbnail after thumbnail, but nothing stops the scroll. And then finally, there is a thumbnail that is worthy enough to stop the scroll. The viewer's eyes shift to the title as curiosity sparks, and the thumb is about to click on the video, but the video starts playing. And the viewer continues scrolling. What happened? The viewer connected with your thumbnail, and your thumbnail acted as a scroll stopper, sparking both curiosity and wonder, and then your title provided more context and even more curiosity. But once the video started playing before the click, the viewer disconnected. Now your thumbnail and title are an extremely important part of the packaging of your video, but without a strong first 5 seconds, that spark goes away. So how can we fix this? Let's start with the most obvious but highly overlooked way. Let me show you what I mean.
This is brutally honest advice to my younger, less confident self. Having an epic story.
I am not eating any food for the next 30 days.
Wait, won't you be hungry?
This is what I currently look.
In each of these videos, the first 5 seconds tells the viewer exactly what the video is going to be about. They made sure to meet the viewer's expectations because when the viewer clicks on the video, there are still questions going on in their mind. Is this video worth my time? Is this clickbait? There's no way this can be true. Is this just another thing they did is create a curiosity gap which makes the viewer want to continue watching. Here are some steps you can take to craft an intro that meets the viewer's expectations and creates that curiosity gap in their minds. Step 1. Start off by writing out the general idea or main message of your YouTube video. It can be as long or short as you want, but make sure to cover the entire idea. Step 2. Make it simple. Now you only have 5 seconds, so simplify it as much as possible without losing any of the value or context. We can remove the additional details since they are not important right now to get the point across, and they will be mentioned later on in the video. Step 3. Make it even simpler, removing any unnecessary or irrelevant words. Your intro should be so simple to understand that anyone can understand it in as little time as possible. Great! You've met your viewers' expectations with just 7 simple words, and you can play around with the words as much as you like to choose the best intro. Now you also have additional time within the first 5 seconds, and you can use this time to create a curiosity gap by either giving a promise of what's to come, or the start of an unfinished story, or even a combination of both. This example I just showed you is from none other than Mr. Who's the Boss's recent video. But wait. Ensure to add text in your first 5 seconds, especially the keywords, so the viewer can get the full context and curiosity. But we're really just scratching the surface, because there are still more ways genius YouTubers craft the perfect first 5 seconds. Let's take a look once again, but just at the first line.
I'm not eating any food for the next 30 days.
What else do you notice? To make it simpler, let's replace the voiceover with my voice. I am not eating any food for the next 30 days. I am not eating any food for the next 30 days. I am not eating any food for the next 30 days. See what I did there? The word I chose to emphasize had a profound effect on the mood, style, and tone of the video. So all you need to do is add emphasis depending on the mood, style, and tone you want to set for your video. And this doesn't just apply to the first 5 seconds, but the entire video to keep your viewer engaged. Now, if you're like me, you probably struggle with emphasizing words in your YouTube videos. So here are some steps I have started following that you can too. Step 1. Identify the word you feel is the most important. Step 2. Pause after the word and then continue with the rest of the phrase. Step 3. Play with your pitch and volume. Usually you're louder when excited and you tend to go up in pitch when asking a question, like I did in the intro of this video. Play around with the pauses, pitch, and volume and see what works best for you. But wait. You can show the emphasis in your voice through the text in your video, like how Mr. Who's the Boss does. So just follow the steps above and then make your words on screen enter, exit, and move according to the emphasis. It can even be shown by simply showing words in different font sizes, as Mr. Who's the Boss has done. Amazing. Now you've got a powerful first 5 seconds, and hopefully you're way better at emphasizing than I am. But I need to be honest with you. There is still one more thing you missed in these videos. Each of these videos have a thumbnail and title that is a part of their first 5 seconds in some way or the other. To understand why pro YouTubers do this, we need to go back to the viewer's journey right where it began. The viewer scrolls and then stops at your thumbnail. They read your title next and gain context and are more curious. Then they start watching the first 5 seconds and see a clip of something completely unrelated to the information their brain has gathered so far. What do you think happens next? You guessed it, they continue scrolling. That's because of the amount of clickbait and distrust on the internet. So by having the thumbnail and title incorporated into your first 5 seconds, you clear the viewer's doubt about whether the video is worth their time or not. Now, you don't necessarily have to have your thumbnail and title word for word and pixel for pixel in your first 5 seconds, but there should be some aspect of it. Like this video where you see Eric in a pool, but it's not exactly word for word or pixel for pixel. Or even this video where it's not, again, word for word or pixel for pixel, but Ryan mentions 1 star and takes the opportunity to show you another 1-star review which is directly related to the thumbnail and title. But don't forget, in order for the viewer to stay on your video, you need to create what I like to call the triple curiosity effect. Curiosity from the thumbnail leads to the title, which sparks more curiosity, which then leads to the first 5 seconds that sparks even more curiosity. Since you made it to the end of the video, I am going to share a list with you here on the screen of some examples of intros that I have picked and made after watching many, and I mean many videos, that get the point across and create curiosity gaps which you can use in your videos. But don't forget that even though you've learned the techniques to perfect the first 5 seconds of your video, there's still the rest of your video because your viewers aren't quite locked in yet. So check out this video for genius tips that pro YouTubers use to bring in millions of views that you probably don't. Thanks for watching.